force, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play on.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
This is taken at his 4. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
A first carry for the Hall of Famer Marcus Allen. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. They snap it at 1. Now it's Roethlisberger. Throw on the right side, complete to Harrison. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
We used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a 1st down. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Now Roethlisberger. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. Here's Roethlisberger. And it's caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. And now it's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. He's got daylight. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10. And he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Hit it. Hey, Foxtrot. Keep gripping.
On 1st down, Elway. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Returnable for Lockett. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10.
Check, crunch. Check 99, check 99.
They begin the drive on the ground with Allen. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Ben Roethlisberger. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
On the set. 6-6. Pull it high. Hey. High 7. We got to step it up. Shut up.
Now Elway on 3rd and long. He finds Beckham complete. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
And the key number play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3 and out.
Ready.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. From the gun, it's Elway. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Now it's Elway trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked by the Hall of Famer Mel Blount, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger on the crossing route, complete. It's Hopkins, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and now the Rams have got it. Going back to the 41-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. On 3rd down, Elway. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The drive starts with a run by Allen. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Out to the left here to Reed. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Roethlisberger now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. McCaffrey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Roethlisberger now. Only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the... Myles Garrett.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Casey Hayward, the Pro Bowler, there to knock it away. Now Ben on 3rd and long. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage that time by Derwin James.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
13 seconds, the time remaining in the half as they come up on first down.
We got three, fellas, we got 3.
Hey, check line 33.
Big rip.
From the shotgun, Elway. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And it's second down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, second and 10.
Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Check.
Check 24. Check.
Get it.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And some room to maneuver. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. And he's in for the touchdown. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And with the clock at all zeros, they get the touchdown to make this just a one-score game into the lockers.
And you know what else it does? Besides boost their confidence, it doesn't change your game plan any. See, if they're down bigger going into the half, you may have to revise what you plan to do in the second. But now in this spot, within one score and striking distance, you go ahead and keep playing and do what you've worked on all week long.
This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Set. 70. Indy.
54. Watch 54. Hey, watch the lane. Hey, watch that.
Hey, Charlie.
54.
5.
Now Elway on first down. Flushed out right. Right side, that's complete to Clark.
I like the design of that play, or shall I say, the way it ended up. Quarterback ends up to the right side. You know, it gets outside of the pocket. How about the tight end staying in his sight line and getting to that same part of the field, and they find each other for the completion.
You got tight right there.
Hey, Sam off.
26, check 26.
Hit it.
Here's Gurley now out of the gun. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
He's checking.
Go.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll lead here to a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now will throw. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Derek Brooks. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
On second and goal, Roethlisberger steps away to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken for the sack that time.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
The Ram fans in this old stadium on their feet. Third and goal. Now it's Roethlisberger. That is caught by Rice for an Oakland touchdown.
Good job.
It's a 6-yard touchdown pass, and the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Lutz with the extra point. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh. Go, go. Snap.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Stepping up. Oh, now Elway has it stripped. The ball is out. And the Raiders pick it up. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
Demario Davis there on the stop.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded. That's going to be caught by Harrison. Touchdown, Raiders. Big Ben with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Lutz good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is taken at his 4. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
54. I got you.
Look at me. Go.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Another carry now for Gurley. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Elway. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Los Angeles. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Elway. Over the middle to Beckham. Touchdown, LA! 1 yards. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This fielded at the 2. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Set! 180!
Hey, let's go! Let's go!
Black, what's that?
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Jerry Rice, open right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching in Atlanta, our apologies.
Alert!
Here we go! Here we go! Here we go!
They'll run on first down. It's Allen. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
And the Raider first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Strip that ball! Joker!
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And that is incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they decline the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Elway. Being chased out left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Got a man. It's Brown. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. To throw is Elway. Now he's got it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. It's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On second down, it's Allen. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. The Raiders on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Check 15. Check 15.
Now a give, right side. Allen, and he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. And Charles, in this one, the 4th quarter became a lot more interesting, I know, than I anticipated. Probably you anticipated. A comeback bid falling just a little bit short.
You're never supposed to count a team out, and I know we didn't on air, but mentally, I just didn't see this type of a comeback, especially one that put them in a position to put the real pressure on them down the stretch.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Los Angeles, so long, everybody.